After the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kaguya was sealed away as the political situation was restored. Naruto rightfully ascended to the position of Hokage, while Sasuke continued his duties away from the village. However, the author felt that stopping there would be a failure. So if there was a movie about the father's life, it would only make sense to create a movie about the son's life as well. And so, the series Boruto, Naruto Next Generations was born. Still set in the world of ninja, but during peacetime. At this point, Naruto had married Hinata and had 2 children, Boruto and Himawari. Not only did he possess the strongest bloodline, but Uzumaki Boruto was also trained by his father's powerful ninja friends. Let's follow and see what will happen with the young Boruto. Is there anything interesting? All the final developments and conclusion will be brought to you by Ackerman Recap in this video. Let's begin. The story of Boruto opens with the Hidden Leaf Village being heavily destroyed. At this point, Boruto is facing off against an enemy named Kawaki. To understand why the Hidden Leaf Village ended up in this situation, let's go back to when Boruto was just a little kid. Currently, he's angry because his father Naruto is always busy with his Hokage duties and doesn't pay attention to him or the family. He always wants his father's attention. At this point, Boruto is a member of a ninja team led by Konohamaru, who is Naruto's student, along with Uchiha Sarada, the daughter of Sasuke and Sakura, and Mitsuki, Orochimaru's artificial son. Elsewhere, Moegi and her students Chochu, Inojin, and Shikadai are discussing the upcoming Chunin exams that they have to participate in. Later, Shikadai and Inojin remember they have a meeting with Boruto, so they bid farewell to Moegi and run straight to the meeting point, which is a hamburger shop. The 3 guys are playing games when suddenly Sarada and Mitsuki show up. They've come to give Boruto the Chunin exam entry form, as a team of at least 3 is required to participate. They invite Boruto to join, but he refuses. Sarada loses her patience, gets angry, and grabs Boruto's collar. She says her dream is to become a Hokage, so if Boruto isn't going to mess that up, he should help her out. Boruto brushes Sarada off after hearing the word Hokage, making him even less interested in her words. He advises Sarada not to drag her family and friends into her life when she becomes Hokage, because the only thing those close to a Hokage get is emptiness. Afterwards, as the group leaves the shop, Sarada still doesn't give up and follows Boruto, persuading him. She tempts Boruto by saying it will be the perfect stage for him to prove to the 7th how much stronger he's become during the exams. This makes Boruto change his mind and agree to participate. Sarada is happy to have persuaded him. The story is interrupted when Boruto's mother Hinata and sister Himawari call him home for Himawari's birthday party. Boruto bids farewell to Sarada and Mitsuki, then goes home with his mother and sister. A while later, Naruto also returns home for the party, and everyone starts setting the table. As Naruto is about to bring out the cake, he suddenly disappears, revealing it was just a shadow clone. At this, Boruto gets very angry, gets up and tries to leave. Hinata pulls him back and explains that his father is just putting the village's interests above his own, not abandoning them. She hopes Boruto can understand his father, but her words only make him more angry, saying he doesn't want to understand why his father became Hokage in the first place. His mother tries to calm him down. In his anger, Boruto blurts out words he can't control, making his mother cry. Hinata says she also feels sad that his father can't be present on such an important occasion. But what Boruto is experiencing now is incomparable to what his father went through. Hearing this, he sulks and goes to his room. In a moment of youthful anger, Boruto throws his father's jacket out the window. Suddenly, the doorbell rings and Boruto thinks it's his father and angrily rushes to punch whoever is at the door. However, his punch is blocked, as it turns out to be not his father but Sasuke. Sasuke has come looking for Naruto to discuss something, but Naruto is not home. Hinata says Naruto is probably still at the Hokage office. Sasuke then leaves. Boruto thinks to himself how cool Sasuke is, as he was his father's former rival. On his way to the Hokage office, Sasuke inadvertently finds Naruto's jacket that Boruto had thrown out earlier. Just as he arrives at the office, Sasuke gives Naruto a gift from Kaguya's castle, some text that even Sasuke's Sharingan cannot decipher. Naruto has to pass it on to the decryption team. The second gift Sasuke brings Naruto is the jacket from earlier that he picked up. Sasuke mentions meeting Boruto, saying the boy reminds him of Naruto at that age. After Sasuke leaves the office, he senses someone following him. It's Boruto. Boruto expresses his desire for Sasuke to take him as an apprentice, as there is someone he must defeat no matter what, his own father. Sasuke gives him a condition: if he cannot create a Rasengan, then he cannot become Sasuke's apprentice. Boruto boldly declares that he will master it right away. Afterwards, Sasuke returns to the Hokage office and tells Naruto the details of his encounter with the two mysterious figures and finding this manuscript, likely belonging to members of the Otsutsuki clan, like Kaguya. Naruto senses this could be a serious issue that will bring great trouble. The next morning, Boruto rushes to Konohamaru and demands he teach him the Rasengan technique as soon as possible. For the first training session, Konohamaru gives Boruto a water balloon and tells him to burst it with his chakra. Boruto quickly loses his initial enthusiasm and asks if there is another way. Konohamaru starts lecturing him. The fourth Hokage, Boruto's grandfather, took 3 years just to create this technique and several more years to master it. The difficulty level is A rank. It's not as easy as Boruto thinks, but Konohamaru encourages him to keep trying. Boruto then practices alone until sunset and finally manages to burst the water balloon. After that, Konohamaru gives him a rubber ball. Boruto continues training day and night until he is able to create a Rasengan, but it's tiny, the size of a pea. Before Sasuke can finish speaking, an angry Boruto throws the Rasengan ball into the forest and storms off. Though Sasuke had intended to accept Boruto as his apprentice, the quick-tempered boy ran off before he could. Sasuke looks in the direction Boruto threw the Rasengan, which gouged a deep hole into a tree. As the dejected Boruto walks through the streets, a man approaches him, a scientist specializing in ninja tool technology. He gives Boruto a tour and introduces him to scientific ninja tools that can easily perform jutsu quickly and simply, compared to arduous training. Naturally, our Boruto falls for the shopkeeper's psychological manipulation. He decides to buy the scientific ninja tools, then rushes to show Sasuke his ability to perform the Rasengan. This time, he is able to execute it 100% in appearance. Though Sasuke seems to see through Boruto's cheating, he doesn't mind and still accepts him as an apprentice. In another scene, the two mysterious figures who had confronted Sasuke earlier appear and attack the tailed beasts. They belong to the Otsutsuki clan and have come to absorb the tailed beast's chakra. This is because the chakra of the God Tree was divided and transformed into 9 monsters called the Tailed Beasts. Those containing the tailed beasts are called Jinchuriki, and they possess an immense amount of chakra. The clan's goal is to absorb the chakra of these Jinchuriki. After absorbing the 8 Tails chakra, their next target is the 9 Tails inside Naruto. Turning back to the Chunin exams, all our young friends are training hard to prepare for the upcoming exams. Not just the Hidden Leaf, but genin from neighboring villages also come to compete. The 5 Kage are also present to observe this year's exams. The exams soon begin, with the first round requiring contestants to choose true or false. However, it's not that simple. Suddenly the ground caves in, creating 2 pits filled with black ink below. This is the real first test. Those who fail are dyed in black ink and eliminated. Choosing true or false is meaningless. The purpose of this first exam is to see what choice the contestants make when pushed to the wall, give up or continue. Those who don't fall into the ink pits have chosen correctly, and the first test of the Chunin exams is over. Boruto's team has passed this challenge. The second test begins, which is a flag capture game. Protect your own flag while attacking the enemy's base. The results for the other teams are already in. Now only Boruto's flag team remains. Their opponents are the 3 Senka brothers from the Hidden Mist village. Boruto decides to stay behind and guard the flag, sending Sarada and Mitsuki to attack the enemy. However, Boruto ends up facing all 3 Senka brothers at once. Outnumbered, Boruto keeps getting beaten down. Unable to wait for Mitsuki's support, Boruto decides to use his scientific ninja tools that he's been carrying since the first test for emergencies. He starts off with the water-style jutsu, surprising his opponents. Then he follows up with a lightning-style attack, charring them black. By the time Boruto finishes them off, Sarada has found the enemy's flag. Of course, Boruto's team successfully passes the second test. However, someone has been secretly watching Boruto through the matches and confirming his use of scientific ninja tools, even recording it. Why did they do that? What will happen to Boruto? Everyone at home is delighted to hear that Boruto passed the second test. Naruto even comes home in person to congratulate Boruto and tell him he must definitely beat Shikadai in the next round. This makes Boruto very happy that his father is finally acknowledging him. The next day, the third test officially begins. This round is one-on-one combat, with team members becoming opponents. There are 3 rounds, with the final being a 3-way battle royale between the winners from brackets A, B, and C. The first match is Boruto versus Yurui from the Hidden Cloud Village. The two clash, appearing evenly matched. Yurui then breathes out explosive bubbles that can severely damage his opponent. Taking advantage of the bubbles coming from Yurui's mouth, Boruto again chooses to use his scientific ninja tools to launch shurikens in an arc around them. Yurui thinks those can't possibly make it to him, but the shurikens suddenly change direction and strike the bubble in his mouth, detonating it immediately. Yurui is injured and falls to the ground. Boruto wins this match. Next is Sarada versus Tarui from the Hidden Cloud. With her genes inherited from her mother Sakura, Sarada can quickly defeat her opponent with a single punch. Mitsuki also wins his match easily. Shikadai, Araya, and Shinki all advance to the finals as well. The next match will be the semi-finals, with Boruto facing Shikadai. After a bout, Shikadai successfully immobilizes Boruto with his Shadow Possession Jutsu. It seems Shikadai is about to win, but once again Boruto cheats to win, creating hundreds of shadow clones with his scientific ninja tools. Shikadai has no choice but to forfeit. At this point, Naruto had discovered clues about the jutsu that Boruto was using. At the same time, the scroll had been decoded. Sasuke had to inform Naruto immediately, maybe the exam would have to be postponed. Back to the match, Naruto jumped down to where Boruto was to expose Boruto's trick in front of everyone. Boruto was disqualified for violating the rules, so the winner was Shikadai. Naruto took Boruto's forehead protector and said he was not qualified to become a ninja. Both Hinata and Himawari felt sorry for this. Naruto planned to go home and talk to Boruto later, but he brushed his father's hand away and blamed him. If he cared about him, maybe this wouldn't have happened. In the midst of the tension, the scientist who sold Boruto the scientific ninjutsu tools appeared. He seemed to want to prove the power of ninja technology to everyone and promote his own brand through Boruto's victory in the exam. Suddenly, the Otsutsuki appeared and attacked the Hidden Leaf Village, interrupting the Chunin exams. He destroyed the arena, attacking innocent people. Sakura and the other ninjas evacuated everyone to safety. The Kazekage Gaara also used his power to support the roof, helping everyone evacuate in time. It can be said that they were not easy to deal with. Sasuke appeared at this moment, and he began to briefly tell Naruto the contents of that scroll. Basically, the scroll said that these two Otsutsuki, Momoshiki and Kinshiki, were attacking. They were aiming for the chakra fruit, or the chakra of the tailed beasts, within Naruto. They would refine the chakra fruit into something that would enhance their power and prolong their lifespan. However, for Naruto, what these Otsutsuki were doing was despicable, only relying on stimulants and being manipulated by tools. That was not true power. At that moment, Momoshiki directly showed Naruto his terrifying power. He created a giant ball that allowed him to amplify the absorbed techniques at the present moment. Then, he continuously released the techniques he had just absorbed, such as fire style, lightning style, and water style, with tremendous destructive power. This forced Naruto to use the Nine Tails Chakra mode to protect those who had not evacuated in time. With the defense of the Nine Tails Chakra Cloak and Sasuke's Susanoo defense, Momoshiki became even more aggressive, throwing the giant ball down at the Hidden Leaf Village. To stop that destructive ball, Naruto used his body as a shield to absorb the entire attack. After this attack, Naruto was captured by Momoshiki. At the moment he witnessed the battle, Boruto understood the burden of his father's position as Hokage. Now he also understood what a true ninja was. In the end, Boruto, along with Sasuke and the remaining 4 Kage, went to rescue Naruto. The battle was very fierce, successfully rescuing Naruto, and of course, Momoshiki and Kinshiki were severely beaten. However, Momoshiki had limited abilities but plenty of tricks. Momo absorbed his subordinate to increase his strength, but it was still not enough against the 2 strongest shinobis in the world. Just as they were gaining the upper hand, the former scientist with the scientific ninja tool appeared, intending to finish everything to promote his products. However, this only added chakra to Momoshiki, allowing him to regain the upper hand. The 5 Kage were controlled by Momo. Only Boruto and Sasuke escaped. The small Rasengan that Boruto had learned before accidentally added a lightning element, creating an invisible Rasengan. Thanks to that, they were able to easily deflect Momoshiki and free the 5 Kage. In the end, with Naruto's help, Boruto created another Uzumaki family-style Rasengan and threw it into Momoshiki's mouth, blasting him away. However, fate played a cruel trick. As he was disappearing, Momoshiki managed to leave a karma seal on Boruto's hand, waiting to be reborn. He said, "One day those blue eyes will take everything away from you. When you defeat a god, you yourself are no longer ordinary." Boruto still didn't fully understand those words. Back to normal life, Boruto was now famous for his great contribution in the recent battle. He was also allowed to return as a true shinobi. After the recent battle, the father-son relationship between Naruto and Boruto had improved greatly. A mark appeared on the palm of Boruto's right hand. Sasuke said he would investigate it and told Boruto to report to him if anything unusual happened. At the Hokage's office, everyone was reporting the results of the investigation into the scientist who sold Boruto the scientific ninja tool. In fact, he had been psychologically manipulated by some force, which is why he had acted so strangely. While they couldn't draw any conclusions, it was highly likely that the enemy was targeting something related to the ninjutsu technology. Naruto decided to investigate this issue further. This time, Boruto was assigned to be the bodyguard for the son of the Fire Lord for a few days. His name was Tentu. At their first meeting, the two kids didn't seem to like each other much. But after interacting and talking more, Boruto realized he had a lot in common with Tentu. Boruto even taught him how to throw shuriken to defend himself. After completing the mission and leaving, Boruto accidentally learned that Tentu was being kidnapped by the Mujina gang. Due to the circumstances, his father could not ask for help from the ninjas and had to negotiate secretly to get his son back. Boruto went straight to their hideout. He arrived just in time. Boruto dealt with Shojoshi's henchmen. As a result, he was beaten up. In a critical moment, Tentu applied everything he had learned from Boruto. He threw shuriken at Shojoshi. Boruto broke free from the control and used the Rasengan. They thought they had finished him off, but he still got up. At this moment, Mitsuki and Sarada appeared to help Boruto neatly deal with Shojoshi and successfully rescue Tentu. In the end, Tentu's father came to pick him up and thanked Boruto and his friends for saving his son. Boruto bid farewell to Tentu, hoping to see the little guy again soon. Back to Shojoshi. After being defeated, he was taken back to the village. Sasuke personally went to interrogate him, as he seemed to know a bit about the mark on Boruto's right hand. After some questioning, it was all just vague information about an organization wearing black cloaks, called Kara. Cut to a room where everyone was wearing black cloaks covering their bodies. They were the Kara organization. Those present here all had different marks on their faces. The man leading this organization was talking about how they had lost the vessel. The location was in the outskirts of the Fire Country, in the rural area. Their ultimate goal was to retrieve the vessel, as it was the key to unlocking something. At the same time, we also learned that Kara was behind the psychological manipulation of Dr. Katasuke to gather information on ninjutsu technology. This task was assigned to a masked man named Kashin Koji. After concluding the meeting, this Koji killed a member of Kara for defying his orders. In the Hidden Leaf Village, a match was taking place between Naruto and Boruto. The result didn't need to be said, as Naruto would obviously win. However, Boruto's abilities had also improved greatly. The match was held to test the scientific ninjutsu arm. Based on what they had gathered from the battle with the Otsutsuki, they created a prototype that could absorb and nullify the opponent's ninjutsu, but could not yet release and recreate the absorbed ninjutsu. From the battle with the Otsutsuki, it was clear that the dangers in this world had not been eliminated. At this moment, Konohamaru and his teammate Mugino found a crashed airship in the border sea area. Going inside the ship, Konohamaru discovered a strange empty box. Konohamaru used a scroll to copy the data. At this moment outside, Mugino's teammate is being attacked, so Konohamaru immediately runs out to assess the situation. Back at the Hidden Leaf Village, at the Hokage's office, Naruto assigned Boruto's team the mission of escorting Dr. Katasuke to bring the scientific ninjutsu arm to the research lab in Ryutan City. Katasuke was the one who had empowered Momoshiki in the previous battle. At that time, he was being psychologically manipulated by someone, but was later freed and returned to normal. When receiving the mission, Boruto refused to do it. He believed that ninjas should rely on ninjutsu, not the scientific ninjutsu technology. Naruto explained to him that scientific ninjutsu wasn't wrong, what mattered was how we used it. Because out there were still many powerful beings like the Otsutsuki who didn't care about people's lives, so we needed strength to protect ourselves. After being persuaded by Sarada and Mitsuki, the whole team set out for Ryutan City. During the journey, Dr. Katasuke unexpectedly met his former patient, Ao. This man used to be a ninja from the Hidden Mist Village and was a hero in the Fourth Great Ninja War. After the war, all his teammates had sacrificed themselves, leaving him as the sole survivor. The missing parts of his body were replaced with machinery thanks to Katasuke's scientific ninjutsu technology. After a conversation, Boruto's team arrived in Ryutan, bid farewell to Ao, and entered the research lab. At this moment, Koji, a member of Kara, appeared. It turned out that Ao was also a member of this organization. Koji came to assign Ao the mission of recovering the vessel and warned that the Hidden Leaf had caught wind of their plot, with Konohamaru and Mugino investigating this case. In the Hidden Mist Village, Boruto's team reunited with Sumire and was introduced to Akita's assistant. They were then taken to test the scientific ninjutsu technology. Suddenly, Naruto called to abort the initial mission and assigned them the new mission of finding Konohamaru and his team. The team arrived to find a battlefield, having been attacked by robotic puppets. Katasuke used his ninjutsu arm to defeat them. Afterwards, the team found Konohamaru, but then Ao appeared. He asked about what was inside that box. Not receiving the desired answer, without hesitation, Ao pulled out a gun and fired towards Boruto's group. The doctor then used his artificial arm to absorb Ao's attack. At the same time, Konohamaru used a Rasengan to destroy Ao's gun. It seemed they had gained the upper hand, but suddenly, 2 bullets were fired from Ao's body, hitting Konohamaru. Ao then stole the doctor's new artificial arm technology. He used it to absorb Boruto's Rasengan, knocking him aside. At this point, Konohamaru's teammate Mugino sacrificed himself to hold Ao back so the others could escape. After escaping from Ao, the group discussed a strategy to defeat him. They decided to have Boruto use the remaining artificial arm to deliver the final blow. Everyone quickly took action. Ao was searching for Boruto's group when Koji appeared, warning that they had laid a trap for him. Ao found where Boruto's group was waiting in ambush. The group attacked but was overwhelmed by Ao. Boruto was stabbed by Ao's sword, but it was just a shadow clone. The truth was, Boruto had deliberately dropped the sword, giving Ao a chance to pick it up as it was an experimental product that would drain the user's chakra. Mitsuki restrained Ao so he couldn't drop the sword. Boruto used a Rasengan to destroy Ao's artificial arm. When it seemed the fight was over, Ao used mirror drones to target Boruto, but Konohamaru pushed him away and took the hit instead. Boruto engaged Ao again using his clones, but Ao could distinguish the real one. Surprisingly, they were all clones. With his inherited intelligence, Boruto had put the arm on a clone to deceive Ao while he waited behind him. Boruto jumped up and used the experimental sword to slice off Ao's artificial limbs, finishing him with a Rasengan. Just as things settled, Koji appeared and finished off Ao to prevent information about the organization from being leaked. Boruto's group was seen as a target since they knew too much. Koji sealed them, but Konohamaru had a pre-prepared seal to undo it, though he was badly beaten. Shockingly, Koji could also use Rasengan. A toad then jumped onto Konohamaru's pants, setting them ablaze with inextinguishable flames. Seeing this, Boruto unconsciously activated his karma seal to absorb the flames. This surprised Koji, confirming Boruto was chosen by Momoshiki. As everyone focused on Boruto expecting another attack, he actually collapsed afterwards, likely unable to control this first use of karma. Not knowing why, Koji then left. After everything, as everyone was preparing to return to the village, they discovered a young man lying unconscious nearby. His name was Kawaki, and he also had a mark on his palm similar to Boruto. The scene shifts to the Kara organization, where Delta, a key member, is worried about retrieving the vessel, as she doesn't trust Koji, so she asks the boss to let her supervise the mission herself. She also brought one of her subordinates, Guru. At this point, Kawaki wakes up and tries to fight with Boruto's group, thinking they are allies of Kara. Right then, Delta arrives, with Koji observing from afar, while Guru attacks Kawaki. After Kawaki is at a disadvantage, Boruto's karma seal suddenly resonates with Kawaki. It unleashes immense power, instantly killing Guru. Kawaki also faints from exhaustion, and the team decides to take him home for further investigation. Kawaki was originally an abused child by his father. One day, Jigen came and bought him with the intention of turning him into a vessel. In the Leaf Village, after learning Kawaki's identity as a vessel, Naruto decides to keep an eye on him. Despite Shikamaru's advice, Naruto brings Kawaki to live with his family. Initially, Kawaki fiercely resists, but gradually he feels the love from Naruto's family and sees the 7th Hokage as a father figure. He is determined to learn ninjutsu to become a shinobi. At this point, Koji and Delta are still actively monitoring them from afar. Delta loses patience and decides to confront Naruto. She then takes Himawari hostage. Kawaki has to sacrifice his arm to stop Delta's fatal attack and save Himawari. Delta is surprised by Kawaki's actions. Enraged by this, Naruto decides to deal with it by creating a massive Rasengan sphere, forcing Delta to absorb the giant sphere until she dies. Similarly, to prevent any information from leaking, Delta decides to self-destruct. As for Kawaki's arm, since it is quite special, even Dr. Katasuke cannot create a replacement. Naruto comes up with a solution to use a prosthetic arm and transfer his chakra to Kawaki. However, this arm will constantly drain Naruto's chakra, no different from maintaining a shadow clone. However, Kawaki will not be able to use it when Naruto is asleep. In Kara's research room, thanks to Amato's talent, Delta has now been revived. The scene shifts to Sasuke inadvertently finding the Otsutsuki's underground path. He discovers Jigen, the leader of the Kara organization, capturing and imprisoning a 10 Tails. It even possesses a Rinnegan. Sasuke immediately returns to the village to inform his best friend. However, Jigen has already taken a step ahead, teleporting to Kawaki through his karma mark. He comes to take Kawaki back. At this point, Naruto is also present, but he is impaled by Jigen's rods and cannot move. Naruto tries to break free and kicks Jigen aside. Before he can do anything else, Kawaki decides to follow Jigen back to the organization on the condition that Jigen does not harm the 7th Hokage. Naruto is surprised by Kawaki's decision. However, Kawaki says he would rather be a prisoner than lose Naruto. Naruto does not agree, and the negotiation fails. Jigen takes Naruto to another dimension. When Jigen turns to leave, Sasuke appears. He followed Naruto's trail to get here. The three engage in battle. Sasuke discovers Jigen's ability is to shrink objects. Naruto creates a Rasengan, but it is absorbed by Jigen. During the absorption period when he cannot move, Sasuke attacks. However, Jigen uses instant teleportation to evade the attack. The battle intensifies as all three unleash their full power. Afterwards, both Naruto and Sasuke are impaled by Jigen's rods to seal them. Naruto uses all his strength to help Sasuke escape. Sasuke teleports back to the Leaf Village while Naruto is sealed inside a pot. After sealing Naruto, Jigen also reaches his limit. In fact, Jigen is also an Otsutsuki, and the body he is possessing is just a vessel. That's why he used Kawaki to become his next vessel. He returns to the Kara organization to recover. Kawaki's arm no longer has Naruto's chakra to sustain it, so he cannot use it anymore. Kawaki recounts the whole story to Shikamaru. However, Shikamaru still suspects Kawaki is a spy trying to get close to Naruto. However, his arm suddenly shows signs of Naruto's chakra. Both Boruto and Kawaki combine their Kama marks to open a teleportation gate. They take Team 7 and Kawaki to where Naruto is sealed. Boruto's group has now accessed that dimension. However, they encounter Boro, another member of Kara. Kawaki asks Boro where the 7th Hokage is. Boro throws the sealed sphere containing Naruto towards Boruto's group and confidently says that only Jigen can open it. He suggests that using force will surely open it, but he cannot guarantee the safety of the person inside. Kawaki touches the sphere and senses Naruto's chakra, confirming that Naruto is still alive. In fact, Boro intentionally used the sphere as a diversion to prepare for a surprise acid attack. Kawaki activates his karma mark to absorb all the acid. Boruto loses his temper and charges at Boro with a Rasengan. Afterwards, both Kawaki and Boruto launch a combined attack. However, after those attacks, they are all futile due to Boro's rapid regeneration speed. Suddenly, both Kawaki and Boruto lose their strength as Boro used Dark Mist to prevent their karma seals from absorbing it. Mitsuki joins the battle now. He uses Wind Style to blow away the mist, but it eventually returns. Mitsuki uses lightning style combined with water style to attack Boro, successfully restraining him. Boro throws Mitsuki to the ground. However, a snake bites him and injects venom into his hand. But Boro immediately removes it. At this moment, Sarada throws a large boulder at him, and Mitsuki takes Kawaki and Boruto to flee. The battle continues as the four kids escape safely. The newly formed Team 7 with Kawaki as a new member focuses on a plan to counter Boro. Regarding the inability of Karma to absorb the dark mist, it is because Karma can only absorb chakra energy, not physical entities, which is its limitation. From a bit of mist collected by Mitsuki, Sarada uses her Sharingan to discover that the mist comprises viruses. They then conclude that Boro uses scientific tools to create the viruses. They decide to make Sarada the team leader to give orders. Sarada then confronts Boro, keeping her distance to avoid the virus. However, after a chase and fight, Sarada gets infected by the virus. When grabbed by the throat, Sarada uses fire style, and Boruto and Kawaki appear, combining their powers to launch a massive Rasengan. Boro is surprised they can move despite being infected, as Mitsuki took his blood and created an antidote for Boruto and Kawaki. With the antibody, Boruto's group no longer has to fear Boro's virus attacks. However, he is still extremely dangerous, and his body can regenerate no matter how many times he is attacked. At this rate, the team will exhaust all their chakra. Kawaki reveals that each Kara member has a type of energy for regeneration. If they find and destroy that core, Boro will be eliminated. Mitsuki, Boruto, and Kawaki act as decoys while Sarada uses her Sharingan to locate the energy source within Boro's body. After some searching and confirmation, Sarada charges at Boro. She uses Chidori to successfully retrieve the energy core from his hip and immediately crushes it. Boro's body starts swelling up. He can no longer attack. Now is the perfect time to rescue the 7th Hokage. Kawaki and Boruto use their Kama marks to teleport out. Suddenly, Boro attacks Mitsuki again. Then, Kawaki, Boruto, and Sarada are all injured. Boro continuously punches Boruto. Suddenly, Boruto disappears, as if Momoshiki has taken over his body. Momoshiki relentlessly attacks Boro and realizes Boruto's chakra is nearly depleted. He flies down and takes a bit of Naruto's chakra. Afterwards, Momoshiki creates an enormous Rasengan sphere, sending Boro to the other world. The battle ends, Boruto collapses and is caught by Mitsuki. Everyone returns to the Leaf Village. At this point, Kawaki's body is reacting adversely due to the constant link with the incompatible prosthetic arm. If this continues, Kawaki's physical functions will gradually deteriorate and chronic muscle pain will occur. After waking up, Sarada also tells Sasuke about what happened. Sasuke understands everything. The truth is, Momoshiki still exists within Boruto and is trying to take over his body. Boruto is currently the vessel for Momoshiki. The karma mark on Kawaki is also a sign of another Otsutsuki's revival. They deduce that the one who created Kawaki's karma is Jigen. Meanwhile, Koji meets Jigen to execute his plan. At this point, Amato appears. He takes Shikadai hostage. He wants to defect to Konoha. In exchange, he will provide information to defeat Jigen, the Ten Tails, and the Otsutsuki. Naruto agrees to the deal. According to Kawaki, Amato is the head of Kara's Scientific Tools Research Department. Amato reveals that Jigen's true identity is the Otsutsuki Ishiki. He arrived on this planet a long time ago, along with Kaguya. Their plot was to grow the God Tree and harvest the chakra fruit. But later, Ishiki was betrayed by Kaguya. While critically injured and on the brink of death, Ishiki possessed the body of a man named Jigen. The karma mark allows the Otsutsuki clan to be reborn through the body of a vessel. Amato asks Shikamaru to remove his glasses and projects images of Koji and Jigen. On the other side, Koji is battling Jigen. Koji is determined to stop Jigen from being reborn in Kawaki. If that happens, it will surely be the doomsday of this world. In the battle against Naruto and Sasuke, Jigen expended a lot of chakra, and this is an opportunity to kill him. The two sides clash. Koji now uses fire style, but the flames are physical entities that Jigen cannot absorb. Jigen's body is about to give out, but he will soon be reborn. As long as the Kama mark remains, his rebirth is inevitable. At this point, Kawaki's body manifests a karma mark that he cannot control until it is lost. Accordingly, the karma seal on Kawaki's palm also disappeared shortly after. Ishiki had begun to be resurrected in Jigen's body, because the situation forced him to do this. Therefore, Kawaki was completely freed, and this was the time to kill Ishiki. Ishiki immediately destroyed the messenger toad. He peeled off Koji's mask and revealed that Koji was a clone of Jiraiya. Koji fired a fire blast towards Ishiki, but was miniaturized. Koji tied him up with hair and slammed him to the ground, but it seemed to have no effect. After a struggle, Koji felt he couldn't win and retreated. But with Ishiki's current body, he could only exist for 2 days before being destroyed. In the Leaf Village, Amato also revealed that Ishiki would come to find Kawaki to imprint the karma seal on him again. The only way was to take Kawaki somewhere so he couldn't be found. Everyone started planning to hide Kawaki in an Anbu organization to avoid Ishiki's Byakugan. A while later, Ishiki had teleported to the Leaf Village and confronted Naruto. Naruto charged to attack but was kicked through dozens of buildings. Sasuke had also appeared by now. The 2 strongest shinobi in the world had to face the Otsutsuki again. Sasuke charged to attack, and with Naruto throwing weapons to support him, he seemed to have a plan. Sasuke threw his sword at Ishiki. However, Ishiki could not miniaturize the sword this time, because the sword was actually Boruto using the transformation jutsu. That was their plan. Boruto used his karma to teleport Ishiki to another dimension. Sasuke and Naruto followed right after. Ishiki grabbed Boruto. Sasuke teleported Boruto and used Chidori to attack him, but was blocked and kicked to the ground. Currently, Kawaki had also woken up, hiding with everyone in the shelter. Amato told Kawaki about losing the karma seal. What Kawaki could do now was stay here and wait for everyone to complete the mission and return. On this side, Naruto continuously used the power of the Nine Tails to attack Ishiki, but he could dodge all those attacks. Naruto made clones to hold him down. At that moment, Sasuke used Chidori to attack from behind. However, from above, Ishiki created giant cubes. Sasuke had to teleport to avoid them. Ishiki teleported and beat up Sasuke. When Ishiki was about to finish Sasuke, Boruto teleported in time to protect him. However, Boruto realized that Ishiki could have finished them both then, but didn't. It turned out Ishiki planned to sacrifice Boruto to the Ten Tails to grow the God Tree, since the boy was the vessel of Otsutsuki Momoshiki. That was why the Otsutsuki always invaded planets in pairs, because one of the 2 would have to be sacrificed. One person would be sacrificed to nurture the God Tree, and the other would have to protect the growing tree until it bore the chakra fruit. Sasuke also knew he couldn't defeat Jigen, but at least had to stall him until his body reached its limit. Boruto put his own life on the line to threaten Ishiki, but it had no effect. Afterwards, Sasuke was beaten badly by Ishiki, who then broke Boruto's arm. Naruto had gotten separated here, losing track of Sasuke and Boruto because the giant cubes had affected his ability to sense chakra. Naruto was powerless against Ishiki's strength. Kurama then suggested a way to help Naruto stall Ishiki. However, the price was that Naruto would die. Naruto agreed, having prepared to sacrifice himself to protect everyone. After finding Boruto and Sasuke, Naruto transformed into a new state called Baryon, with tremendously powerful chakra. Now, Naruto could block all of Ishiki's attacks. However, Naruto's chakra was gradually decreasing. Ishiki also realized this, suddenly coughing up blood. The truth was, the downside of the Baryon state was that it shortened Naruto's lifespan, but it was also the key because all chakra was connected. It would also erode Ishiki's lifespan when he touched Naruto. Ishiki's time was now shortened to only 30 minutes left. This was a race to see who would sacrifice themselves first, as they were both struggling for their own goals. Naruto and Ishiki clashed, continuously exchanging techniques, but clearly Naruto had the upper hand. With less than 10 minutes left for Ishiki, he realized Kawaki's arm was linked to Naruto's chakra. Through that, he could teleport Kawaki here, something no one expected. With only 5 minutes left, Kawaki tried to run but couldn't. Just as Ishiki grabbed Kawaki, Sasuke immediately switched places with Kawaki. Then he told the boy to set a smokescreen and run. Ishiki was furious and used Naruto to threaten Kawaki, giving him 20 seconds to appear or he would crush Naruto. Under that pressure, Kawaki chose to appear. Ishiki then imprinted the karma seal on Kawaki. He had accomplished his goal and could now rest. However, the karma suddenly disappeared from Kawaki's palm. Ishiki's body was slowly turning to stone. This was just a clone jutsu. Ishiki had been badly tricked by Kawaki, who jumped down and shattered his body. The final battle was over. Just when it seemed to be finished, suddenly Boruto flew in and stabbed Sasuke's Rinnegan eye. He had been possessed by Momoshiki. He said that though the karma was gone, Kawaki's body was now 80% unsealed, so it could still feed the Ten Tails. He attacked Kawaki, then took him to another dimension. But Kawaki self-immolated, forcing Momoshiki to absorb that mass of chakra. Thanks to that, Boruto had a chance to regain control. Boruto then broke off his own horn, preventing Momoshiki from controlling his body anymore. Naruto was currently in his subconscious mind. He and Kurama had a heart-to-heart talk. The truth was, the one who sacrificed wasn't Naruto, but Kurama himself. The Baryon state had burned Kurama's life force down to 0. Kurama told Naruto to live a good life, then faded away. From now on, Naruto would no longer be linked to the Nine Tails. A while later, Naruto woke up. Everyone returned safely to the Leaf Village. However, Naruto had permanently lost the Nine Tails, and Sasuke had lost his Rinnegan. They were no longer the strongest ninja in the shinobi world. Kawaki also had his arm repaired by Amato. Once again, Boruto became the hero of the Leaf Village. Though he had defeated Ishiki, Amato revealed that Kara now only had one remaining member, Code. Currently, he was the guardian of the Ten Tails. In another dimension, Code had just woken up, still unaware that Ishiki had been defeated. The karma on his palm suddenly appeared. A misty smoke appeared, and Ishiki's soul emerged. Ishiki said that Code's white karma couldn't resurrect him, but it could allow Code to carry out an Otsutsuki's will by sacrificing Boruto or Kawaki to the Ten Tails, then eat the chakra fruit and become an Otsutsuki. Boruto's body was now 80% unsealed. Nowhere else, he would become a full Otsutsuki. They had to find a way to stop this. Kawaki promised to help Boruto. Now, Naruto and the Kages of the villages were searching for Code's whereabouts. Every village had issued a warrant for his arrest. Amato came to Naruto and gave him a drug that could suppress the Otsutsuki's resurrection. Kawaki had also used this drug before. At this moment, Code has liberated two sisters, Ida and Demon. Hopefully they can help him regain his limits and increase his power. However, these two sisters are not to be trifled with. Ada is not only a living map, but she also has the ability to unconsciously seduce anyone who sees her. There are only two people who can resist Ida's ability. One is a member of the Otsutsuki clan, and the other is someone with the same bloodline as her. Currently, only Boruto, Kawaki, and her younger brother Demon can resist her. The power of her younger brother Demon is to reflect any attack from the enemy. Although the two sisters could easily conquer the world with their power, what Ida truly desires is to have a boyfriend. Due to her inability to control her seductive power, Ida does not know if people's feelings towards her are genuine or not. For this reason, Ada has taken a liking to Kawaki, who is not affected by her seductive abilities. Ada sets a condition. As long as Code can help her connect with Kawaki, she will be willing to help Code. But why Kawaki and not Boruto? Perhaps it's because Boruto is not as handsome as Kawaki. Meanwhile, Boruto and Kawaki are beginning to think about training to face new enemies in the future. Kawaki proposes a plan to implant the Karma Seal into Code's body, turning him into a vessel, and then killing him to free Boruto, achieving two goals with one arrow. However, currently, no one can match Code's power. Amato suggests implanting the Karma Seal into Kawaki's body. Although Ishiki has disappeared, Ishiki's data has been installed in Kawaki's body, and Ishiki's power is still dormant. Amato suggests creating a karma portal to revive Ishiki's power. Kawaki disagrees and angrily leaves. However, is this truly the case, or is Amato planning something? Code's power is the claw mark, which allows him to freely move between claw marks. It is similar to the Fourth's Flying Thunder God technique. As long as there are black stripes, Code can move to pre-marked locations. At this point, Code's claw marks have appeared everywhere, and Naruto has to mobilize forces to strengthen the surveillance system. Kawaki, not wanting to involve anyone else or the Seventh, leaves the village to lure Code to him. He erases his chakra trail, making it impossible for the surveillance team to detect him. However, Boruto discovers this and informs Naruto. Since Kawaki has gone too far, his current location cannot be determined. Perhaps because Boruto is also an Otsutsuki, he can sense Kawaki's chakra. Boruto quickly goes to find Kawaki, and with Ada's help, Code quickly finds Kawaki's location. At this point, Code confronts Kawaki, who begs Code to kill him to avenge Ishiki and not harm others. However, Code currently has no intention of killing him because Ada wants to meet Kawaki, which is her condition for helping Code. The two engage in a fight, and without needing to be told, everyone knows that without the Karma Seal, Kawaki has no chance of defeating Code, resulting in injuries all over his body. Just as Kawaki is about to be captured by Code, Boruto arrives in time to stop him. Despite activating the Karma Seal to fight, Boruto is still beaten up. Backed into a corner, Momoshiki takes over Boruto's body, wanting to kill Code to take the God Tree Seed, which is 10 tails. As Code is about to be defeated, Naruto appears with Shikamaru's support. As Naruto expected, Boruto is now possessed by Momoshiki. At this point, Momoshiki betrays them, identifying Naruto as the priority target, considering him too troublesome. At that moment, Kawaki timely jumps in to shield Naruto. Momoshiki continues his attack, and Kawaki uses the Karma Seal to absorb Momoshiki's Rasengan. To everyone's surprise, how did Kawaki regain the Karma Seal? It turns out that Amado secretly stored the karma when replacing Kawaki's right arm. He never intended to let Kawaki decide whether to regain the karma or not. He had already completed the recreation. The only thing left was to push the boy's desire. The two engage in a fierce battle, with Kawaki continuously firing black rods and using skills similar to Ishiki's powers. Initially, Kawaki only wanted to overcome the difficulties with Boruto and his family. However, the Otsutsuki continues to provoke him, and Kawaki can no longer tolerate it. He decides to eradicate the Otsutsuki clan, believing it is the only way to ensure the safety of Naruto and Boruto. At this moment, Boruto regains his consciousness. He knows he can only temporarily suppress Momoshiki's consciousness, so he pushes Naruto away and asks Kawaki to kill him. Kawaki does not hesitate and stabs Boruto in the chest. Naruto witnesses his adopted son killing his biological son. Before Naruto can regain his senses, Kawaki continues towards Code and attacks him. As Code tries to flee, Kawaki shrinks Code's claw marks and seals them. Code is defeated and summons Demon to his side. Thanks to Demon, the counterattack hits Kawaki, knocking him unconscious. Seizing the opportunity, Code quickly leaves. At this point, Naruto seems unable to think much, unable to believe that his beloved son has died. He hugs Boruto tightly and cries uncontrollably. Suddenly, Boruto comes back to life. The reason Boruto is still alive is thanks to Momoshiki's power. He used his own power to revive Boruto's body. If Boruto truly died, Momoshiki would also be completely destroyed. He transforms the remaining karma seals into supplementary cells for Boruto. As a result, Momoshiki can no longer be fully reborn. After being revived by Momoshiki using the Karma Seal, Boruto has become a true Otsutsuki. Kawaki now possesses abilities similar to Ishiki's. At this point, Shikamaru discusses Kawaki's Karma Seal with Amado, when suddenly, Code uses the claw mark on Shikamaru's body to appear. Code demands that Amado remove his power limit. However, Shikamaru had anticipated this, and intentionally went to meet Amado to lure Code out. Shikamaru then releases Delta, who has been programmed to protect the Leaf Village from attacks. Code is defeated by Delta, but he uses his old trick of summoning, bringing Ida out to his place. With her unconscious seductive power, Ida seduces everyone present, causing them to lose their will to fight. Afterward, Shikamaru learns that Ada holds no grudge against the Leaf Village. She is simply helping Code restore his power, and he will help her connect with Kawaki because she likes him. Taking advantage of this, Shikamaru comes up with an idea. He invites Ada to stay in the Leaf Village so she can be closer to Kawaki and more easily express her feelings for him. At this point, Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto are on their way to the laboratory. However, to prevent them from being affected by Ada's abilities, Shikamaru asks Ino to lock the door and not let them in. Ada's eyes, called Senrigan, allow her to see anything happening anywhere in the world. Almost nothing can be hidden from her. When she learns that Kawaki is on his way, she orders Code to leave immediately since their initial goal of unleashing his power has not been achieved. Code then takes Amado with him. After arriving at the base, under Code's pressure, Amado removes Code's power limit. Just as Code is about to kill Amado, Amado persuades Ida to stop opposing the Leaf Village. As long as Ada is willing to help the people of the Leaf Village, they will create conditions for her and Kawaki. Ada agrees to Amato's offer, Code objects, and engages in a fight with Demon. However, Code is no match for Demon. At this point, Code can only flee and secretly continue with his plan. As for Amato, after successfully driving a wedge between Ada and Code, Amato, along with Ada and Demon, return to the Leaf Village. Amato informs Shikamaru that he has removed Code's limit. Certainly Code has become stronger, but he no longer has Ada's support. A gathering of Team 7 members is held at the Hokage's office immediately after hearing the news from Amato. After Boruto bids farewell to his mother and steps out the door, Momoshiki appears and warns Boruto that his life will hold nothing but despair. Boruto will lose everything, and that moment is drawing near. He will become desperate, lose the will to live, and want to escape from this world. At that moment, Momoshiki will come and take over Boruto's body. On the other side, Code and Bug are heading towards the 10 Tails. He uses the claw mark to surround the 10 Tails. Since the nature of the tailed beast is a massive chakra mass, what he does is simply to separate it and then knead it back together like clay piece by piece. The final product is entities that look quite human-like. They can move through the claw marks, so there may be an imminent battle. At the Hokage's office, Team 7 is assembled. Shikamaru briefs them on the current situation in the Leaf Village and that Ada will become an ally. The entire Team 7 will be tasked with living with Ada in the prepared dormitory. The ones living with Ada are Boruto and Kawaki, as they are the only ones capable of resisting her seductive powers. It sounds like they are living together, but in reality, it's to monitor Ada and see if she has any other intentions. When they arrive at the Leaf Village, Ada and her sister are treated like VIP guests. Ada even confides her affections for Kawaki to Sumire and Sarada, like a girl who has just fallen in love. However, Sarada and Sumire realize that they are not affected by Ada's seductive power. For now, we still cannot understand the reason why. At this point, Amato reveals to Naruto how he created the two sisters. Amato simply implanted the genes of the Otsutsuki Shibai. He no longer exists, and all that remains are his remnants. By going through multiple Karma Seal rebirths, Shibai escaped death and accumulated a tremendous amount of chakra over millennia. Eventually, he evolved and became an actual god. By implanting the remaining DNA of Shibai, Amato successfully recreated one or more of his abilities. Amato further reveals his true intention, which is to revive his daughter. He created her through cloning. He successfully recreated a person with the same voice and appearance as his daughter. However, that person no longer carried his daughter's personality. As a result, Amato allied himself with Jigen in the hope that Jigen would accompany him and help him revive his daughter. That was the agreement, but Amato knew for certain that Jigen had no intention of reviving his daughter, and so he betrayed him. Amato also recognized the operating mechanism of the Karma Seal, and he added the data of his daughter Akibi to the newly recreated Karma Seal of Kawaki. All Kawaki needs to do is imprint the Karma Seal onto a new cloned body prepared by Amato. On the other side, Code continues to create monsters separated from the 10 Tails. Currently, Code has created 1,000 of them, and the number could increase, with no known final count. Code feels that Kawaki has taken everything from him, so he will destroy everything Kawaki has. After Momoshiki used his power to recreate Boruto's body, a mental link was formed between the two. This is why Kawaki becomes concerned for Naruto's life, as he overhears the conversation between Boruto and Momoshiki. Kawaki was worried that Boruto would not be able to stop Momoshiki's will, so he decided to eliminate the entire Otsutsuki clan. Since Kawaki did not want Naruto to witness Boruto's death again, he imprisoned Naruto and his wife in another dimension. Shikamaru and the others notice that Naruto's chakra is gradually disappearing, causing them great unease. Although Ada has clairvoyant abilities, she cannot see into another dimension. At this point, Boruto rushes out immediately because he can sense the Karma Seal. Eventually, he finds Kawaki. Kawaki suddenly attacks Boruto. The two use their Karma Seals to fight one-on-one. However, after a fierce battle, Kawaki emerges victorious. At this point, Sarada arrives to support Boruto. But in an effort to protect Sarada, he is injured in the eye. Fortunately, everyone in the village arrives in time. Shikamaru uses his shadow to restrain Kawaki, and Sasuke draws his sword. Momoshiki suddenly takes over Boruto's consciousness. He helps Kawaki escape. But this is not the worst despair. When Boruto wakes up, Momoshiki whispers to him to look at what he had said. This eye of his will cause him to lose everything. One of Boruto's eyes is lost, and this is just the beginning. Kawaki has kidnapped his parents. Not only that, but he also blinded one of Boruto's eyes. Boruto and everyone else frantically search for Kawaki to rescue his parents and then kill this traitor. After a fierce battle, Kawaki gradually becomes drained of power. As Kawaki is about to be captured, Ada uses her clairvoyant abilities to find him first. Ada says she will protect him, but Kawaki says he does not need it. All he wants is to protect the 7th Hokage. Who knows when Momoshiki will appear and kill him? Currently, Momoshiki's vessel is the Hokage's son. If Boruto were not the Hokage's son, everything would be much simpler. As soon as he finishes speaking, Ada suddenly becomes serious. She says she will make this happen. Ada focuses her power and recites an incantation. Suddenly, the sound of thunder shakes the earth. After everything is over, the world has changed. Afterward, a group of Leaf Village ninjas pursuing them arrives, and the atmosphere becomes tense. However, when they approach Kawaki, they concernedly ask, "Is your eye okay?" They even say not to let Boruto escape. What exactly happened? It turns out that Ada activated the Otsutsuki's omnipotent jutsu. This is the power the gods used when they created the ninja world. In reality, people's memories have been fabricated several times before. Although Ada cannot fully control this jutsu, it is clear that she has successfully activated it. She simply wanted to protect Kawaki, and now, Kawaki and Boruto have swapped positions with each other in everyone's eyes. Kawaki becomes the son of the 7th in everyone's view, while Boruto is merely a despicable traitor. Kawaki even adds fuel to the fire by saying that Boruto killed the 7th, causing Boruto immense suffering. Boruto is with everyone pursuing Kawaki to rescue his parents, but instead, everyone turns to want to kill him. Mitsuki even activates the Sage mode to prepare to hit Boruto. Fortunately, Sarada is not affected by the jutsu and helps Boruto temporarily escape everyone's pursuit. Thanks to Ida, Boruto has now become a criminal in everyone's eyes. Only Sarada and Sumire are unaffected. Sarada cries to Sasuke and convinces her father to help Boruto escape. Although Sasuke is affected by the jutsu, fortunately, he chooses to trust his daughter. In doing so, Sarada even awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan in her moment of despair, further confirming that she is not lying. Not to mention, Boruto is currently wearing the headband that Sasuke gave him, and he has a scar over his eye, which according to Sasuke's memories, should belong to Kawaki. From there, Sasuke is determined to leave the village with Boruto, and he will return soon. Perhaps after the time skip period, we will see Boruto and the other characters more mature. It is unknown how powerful Boruto will become during this period. How will Sarada and Sumire support Boruto? Will Kawaki betray Ada and her sister? And what will Ada do next? Let's look forward to the next story arcs together. After the very exciting developments of Chapter 80, this concludes my video. Remember to like and share to support our channel, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell to not miss future videos. Thank you for watching. See you all again in the next videos.